Well, good morning. It's day 2 of our Cades Cove adventures here in Townsend. We just stopped and got our parking pass. And if you're going to get out of your vehicle at Cades Cove, you do have to get a parking pass. They're little machine type things, and they do take debit or credit cards only, no cash. So that's kind of handy, though. That's kind of handy because a lot of times we don't have cash, you know. But going to Cades Cove, day 2. We're looking forward to it. It's early. It's about 8 o'clock. We got up. We slept a little bit later than we thought we were going to, but we got up and we had a little breakfast at the hotel.
I'm
and
not awake. Joe
is not awake. I don't know about Ian. Ian, are you awake?
Barely.
Barely awake, but we are drinking.
Coffee.
We are, yeah. Me and Joe are drinking coffee this morning, so hopefully we see some wildlife. It's good and sunny through here this morning. We're going to make a couple of stops and show you a couple of cabins and some churches and some just cool stuff that we didn't get to show yesterday. Yesterday we were tired. We just come into the area. We Joe had been driving for 100 hours and we had some other things we to do last night, but yeah. Hang on, I'm just going to show you something. I'm going to hand the phone to Joe and I'm going to let him show you something. So let's turn this around. Okay.
Look at that, guys.
She's a beaut.
She's a beaut, Clark.
All right. Let's take a look out this side. See how the sun's coming up over the mountain, or shining down over the mountain. It's already up. But looks to be, it's only about 70 degrees, maybe a little bit more than 70, but it's good and cool breeze coming through here, so we're looking forward to this. So let's just see what we can see today. Welcome to Big Joe and Malia's world,
where we keep it hillbilly fabulous. Yee yee!
Our first stop today is the John Oliver cabin, built in 1818, held together by gravity and notched corners, one of the most visited historic structures in the park. You can take 2 trails, one paved and one's dirt. It's about a half-mile loop, but the asphalt path is really, it's well, you know, it's flat, so it's a good walk. But anyway, let's hit the trail to the cabin. Joe, ready?
Go.
Let's do it. So when you park, you can take this paved path, as you can see up through there. There's a lot of people going up there this morning. There's no reason to hurry. It's a good, cool morning. And we will show you the cabin as soon as we get up there. Before we reach the John Oliver cabin, though, I do want to point out that the old mountain, she's extra smoky today. Bob was here. Bob visited the Great Smoky Mountains National Park and especially enjoyed the historic buildings. He liked them so much he wrote his name on the wall. He didn't care that these structures were protected by law. By writing his name, Bob committed a crime. A visitor reported his vandalism and he had to pay a $100 fine. If his case had gone to court, he could have spent 6 months in jail. If you wish to leave your mark on the park, please do so in a positive way. Don't write on stuff.
Keep your vandalism out of our mountains.
We're here, John Oliver Place. First Euro-Americans to settle in Cades Cove, John and Lucretia Oliver, arrived here in 1818. Probably by the early 20s, they had completed their 1.5-story cabin. Though its exact construction date is not known, it's one of the oldest structures in the Great Smoky Mountains National Park. Members of the Oliver family lived here for more than a century. When you explore this house, notice details, how the logs joined at the corners, how tightly the logs fit. What are the chimney stones like? A story lies behind each detail. Let's go check it out. Here's the thing you can tell about the corner notches, though. That's how they were angled. Imagine making these shingles by hand. Doors and windows were small. Weather fighting, chinking between logs. All right, let's just go see it. Well, it's super dark in here, but here's the John Oliver cabin on the inside. This is the door, kind of the back door. There's 2 or 3 doors, actually. There's another door. Stone fireplace. We can go up these stairs here, I guess, and show you the other half, kind of like a little loft bedroom. Little storage area by the fireplace. Well, here we are. This is a Methodist church here on Cades Cove. This is actually where Joe and I got married. If you're an old school Big Joe Malia's World watcher, you have probably seen our wedding video. If you haven't, we'll link it actually in this video so you can watch it. But this is the church. 2 doors. We asked in our previous video if anybody knew why there's 2 doors on this church, and hopefully some of you guys answered. If you didn't, the reason is because back in those days, men and women didn't sit together at church. Women and children on this side, men on this side, on the right, and they sat separately. So that is why, if you didn't answer in our previous Cades Cove video, that is why there's 2 doors. Here's inside the old church. Look at these old pews. I love them. Look at that. So cool. Yes, right here, right at the altar. Got an old piano. Here's what it looks like from the front, though. Well, we walked up to the Baptist church, and we saw this feller. Let's get... Yeah, look at him. Look at that big rack. So pretty. He's walking away. Going into the cemetery. Our next stop is the Independent Baptist Church. Independent but not isolated. Rich Mountain Road near the Missionary Baptist Church provided the first settlers access into Cades Cove. Originally a path used by the Cherokee, this route was eventually widened into a wagon road. And there she is. All right, this is the inside of the Baptist church. This church isn't as old as the Methodist church, but it's still, of course, old. Squeaky floors. I like the altar up here. Look how pretty that is. They've got the old school hymnal up here. And of course they've got a Bible. A couple of Bibles. Oh, look at this one. Look at the cover on this one. Beautiful. It's a leather bound Bible. And of course there's all kinds of graffiti on this altar up here. This door came open. Lock it back. It's beautiful in here. And here's the cemetery off from the Baptist church. Some fairly new graves in here. And of course some very old ones. It's roped off or we would go in there, but this guy got in. He got in. We're still riding through. We haven't seen any bears yet. We did see that big buck at the church, but we're still kind of looking for Bigfoot too, ain't we, honey?
Yeah, I've been calling him.
Ooh! Well, Joe's trying to call Bigfoot, so we've not seen him either. So stay tuned. We might come across something. All right, we're at the Welcome Center here. There's a little cabin. You can go in and get souvenirs and stuff. They've really got some cool things in there. Of course, we've probably bought everything that they could possibly have in there through the years, but we'll take this little hike down here to this homestead. I'm sure we've showed this in a video before, but we love it. It's really neat. It's something to see. Some of the first settlers down here. Snakes active around buildings. Well, all right. An early mountain community. Early 1900s. Family farms covered the valley. I smell the blacksmith shop. I'm going to show you that. We smelled it when we pulled in, so we'll take you down there and see that. That's how they make sorghum. Now it's too early in the year to do that, but they do that at Dollywood. Did they make sorghum at Dollywood?
Yep.
What is it, hey?
Plum.
Oh, there's a plum on the ground. Something will get that on it.
Bob was here too.
Yeah, Bob was here too.
Right over here's where they make sorghum.
There's a little seating circle. There's the blacksmith shop. There they are.
Yeah, I just went up there and asked them how they sharpen blades and stuff. So.
Here's some more pictures around the homestead. There's the barn. There's Ian playing in the water. It's the water for the mill. We'll take you down and show you the mill here in just a minute. This is that water rushing. Never a good sign. Never. Here's a little bit of the mill. The wheel's not turning. Not sure that it does, but the water does run. You can take this little bridge right on in. Hi. Hey, how are you? Good. All right, so this is our little corn crib. You can see their little bushel baskets inside. Let's see. Let me see you a little closer. I'm careful not to walk up on these things because there is snakes in the area, and there's those two. Ian must be running from a bee. If you're running from a bee.
Yeah. It's gonna get me one day.
It's gonna get you one day. All right, Joe had a good point about this house.
All these doors. Every room in this house has a door. You know why? Because all the heat they had was a fireplace, and if this thing caught on fire, they wanted to get out.
They got to get out. That's right. Get up on the porch here. Go in this back room. Here's a view from the porch anyway. Woo! Look at these walls. This wall's got a little more less heat for it to escape. Hand hewn or sawed. Home construction evolved in Cades Cove as it did in the industrialized world. Building a home was much more labor intensive before sawmills.
Work your tail off just that place to keep you from getting wet.
This must have been a bedroom back here in the main part of the house. Well, I don't know. It's probably what? Living room? Dining room?
It's hard to tell.
It's untelling.
How many kids you had?
Right, it might have been a bedroom. We don't know.
According to how many kids you had. If you had lots of kids, it was a bedroom because you had to have it.
Oh, sorry. The kitchen, of course. Look at this stove. I love it. Big fireplace back here to cook with. All kinds of windows and doors. Here's another room. This is probably the living room. We don't know. Oh, okay. You go upstairs from outside. Rebecca Cable, better known as Aunt Becky, to the Cades Cove community. She bought this house in 1877 with her brother. They operated a store out of it. She never married. She owned over 600 acres in the Cove and kept busy. She kept a farm and everybody called her Aunt Becky. Her brother was hospitalized from mental illness, and his wife contracted tuberculosis. There's a picture. Aunt Becky. Here's the doorway that leads to the stairs. I guess you had to enter from the outside?
I guess.
Where's the stairs in here?
Here's the stairway.
Oh, yeah. Right here. You have to come in from the outside to get upstairs. Some more back through here. Ooh, creek. Creek running. Not sure what these buildings are back here, but I'm sure we'll find out. There's a barn back here.
Place, John.
Yeah, this is the Tipton place. Go ahead and pull in, hang on. Either, yeah, over here. We'll get out and show y'all the barnages and stuff. I don't think you can. You walk out that way? Let's see. Ugh. We've walked 11 miles through here. There's something in the woods right there. There's something in the woods right here. I don't know what it is. It's an animal. It's making a noise. I don't know. We'll just go this way. Is that a goose? Frog. Oh, it's a big frog. Sounds like a goose. Yeah, it's a frog. I can hear it now. Yeah, there's big barns. Oh. Go around the corner here. It's a cantilever barn. If you don't know the history of the cantilever barn, it originated here in the Smoky Mountains. Look how pretty. We got some folks riding horseback through the cove. Look at that. Isn't that just cool? There's a bunch of them.
Look, here's a wagon.
Oh, wow.
That's how I'd like to travel.
Sure, look at that. All right, y'all, that's part 2 of our Cades Cove visit. We went a little more in depth in this because we just want to show y'all some of the buildings. I know a lot of y'all have done this and been here. We saw 0 bears, none, not a one. Something I did want to point out that I forgot to tell you back there at the Aunt Becky's cabin, the cable cabin down there at the Welcome Center. They back when she was in her 80s, she got really sick and she hired a man to make her casket. And then she recovered and lived 10 more years. I've forgotten about that story. But anyway, she did pay the man anyway. She needed him a handmade pair of socks as payment for making the casket. But I thought that was just a cool story. But anyway, we're going to stop here at this is a ranger station, campground store, stuff like that. But thanks for watching. If you're new here, please give us a surprise. Surprise us, yeah. Subscribe, like, and share this video if you would care to. And thank you for watching. And as always, we want to thank you for allowing a little bit of Big Joe and Liz world.
Into your world.
We'll see you soon, guys.
Bye.
Seems like they just don't get our ways. They try to control what we say. Funny things will never go away. It's who we are. We drink iced tea out of jars. We ride in trucks, put our time in at the farm. Nothing wrong with a little southern charm. It's who we are. Nothing wrong with a little southern charm. It's who we are. Born and raised to have a loving heart. If they try to change us, they won't get very far. And what's a song without a steel guitar? It's who we are. It's who we are. We've all seen better days, but I guess it all depends. If they keep pointing their finger at us, there'll be three pointed back at them.